I say we go for it.
4 watching. Are all 4 of us in it?
I'm in it.
I'm actually not. So we got some
I'm not in
organic
it
viewers.
either.
5 people
If you're
are joining.
watching us,
Thank you.
We technically haven't started yet,
chat us.
but we're going to.
We're gonna start in a few seconds.
Chat at us.
Minutes. Oh, people are just dropping out like flies. Boo.
I'm still there.
Glad you could be our.
Thanks for
Say-
padding our numbers.
Say
Chris.
hi in the chat. I'll chat back at you.
Luke.
Oh, I
So-
just saw my dorky little wave.
Yeah, that's why I said your name.
Oh, I thought you said it because I said hi in the chat.
No. I'm on Dana's YouTube channel. I should probably switch to mine. I'm gonna switch to
Oh,
mine.
I can't spell patient.
We have 5 watching.
That means at least one person isn't us.
Hi, Mom. No.
We got that going for us.
Should I just intro us? Just start it?
Let's roll.
All right.
Hope you're all ready.
We're all just chatting ourselves. All right. Yeah, I say let's do it.
All right. Well, what's up, fanboys and fangirls? Welcome back to the latest episode, but the first live stream of the What the Fanboy podcast. My name is Luke, and as usual, to my left, if you're watching us, you can actually put a face with the person. It's Chris Acker.
Hey, everybody. I'm Chris Acker, and I am joined by the beautiful Brett Eitzen.
Thanks, Chris. I have my little
You have like a window.
my window.
Yeah, and now you have proof. I've been telling you he's beautiful this whole time.
Oh boy, you're just so swell. Thanks, Chris.
I almost spilled my entire drink. My lid broke.
Our final host tonight. Man, I'm not.
I've been last. I've been last my whole career here.
Last but never least is
Yeah.
Tyler Davis.
When we got a new host, he was like, yes, I'm not going to be last.
But I'm always
But
last.
he was.
I gotta
last. What's
tell
up,
you,
guys?
I really do enjoy going first because as a Zilke, my last name started with a Z.
So you were always last
I was
in
always
everything.
last in lunch line and presentations growing up. Eventually, you kind of get used to it, but
Yeah, I never
it is
had to
nice
deal
to
with
be
that.
at the beginning.
That's fair.
Welcome, everybody. I'm glad we can do this. I was gone last week, so that was weird. I was off.
We kind
world.
of missed you. Like kind of.
I don't believe you.
I missed you a lot because I edited last week's episode, and
So you didn't really miss me. You just missed.
I missed
The editor.
Your services.
the work that you do.
Oh, we taking a selfie?
I'm not in this picture either because I'm last. I don't count.
Oh, Twitter.
You suck.
Do you want me to take the picture? Like
My
Tyler,
face
the
is right
back of
behind
your
the
head
mic
is
stand.
just barely in
Man,
the back of your head is ridiculous.
our levels of
Ridiculous.
professionalism
Yeah.
are just skyrocketing.
So I've been gone. I was gone last week. So I've done a lot. So I kind of need to get started with all this stuff.
Get
All right,
going.
let's get into it.
I,
Before we get going, why are we recording live?
That is important.
because we're awesome.
Heck
No.
yeah, we are.
No. No.
Because we have toys that we wanted to show off.
Yeah, that's the whole reason.
Wrong again.
I have one toy. And he doesn't stand up very well. He'll probably fall over halfway through this.
Don't worry, he's leaned against the Normandy.
Oh, good.
So we are recording live this week via YouTube because we hit 1,000 subscribers on YouTube.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Finally.
everybody.
Yeah, so as a celebration, we're doing it live.
Trying to do it live. Giving
Some
it a whirl.
Some people are just like, oh my god.
So now they're all going to be much more thankful for all that editing you normally do.
I was going to say, oh, good thing there's editing. These guys are horrible.
I don't really know how much I'll edit this week though. I'll probably just chop off the beginning where we were just horsing around
Yeah.
That's
and
fair.
just jump into the intro.
Makes sense to me.
Because I mean, if you're on iTunes, first of all, rate and review us, and also like, why not jump over to YouTube and watch it? Because this will probably still be up.
It's definitely more more entertaining just because you get to see the shenanigans that go on behind the scenes.
You can see all of our actions that we always do.
Visual cues will actually be useful this time.
I can finally join the podcast now.
You can see me and Tyler going, you go first, I go first, you go first, I go first. But
let's dive into what we've been doing.
yeah. So real quick, I gotta say the two things are the reason I was gone. First one, I was at a wedding. It was at Incredible Deeds. It was his wedding, and it was incredible. It was super hot when we were preparing through the day, and then it downpoured on us, and it was super fun. They got like 2.5 inches of rain that night in Newton. So it was honestly one of the funnest weddings I've ever been to. The cake was super good. It's like peanut butter cake. They had cupcakes. Deeds' groom cake was the Iron Throne.
Nice.
So that was legit. And then the dance afterwards was just super fun because it wasn't hot anymore. Nice. But shout out to you, Deeds and Maddie. Love you guys. Then also, the bigger bulk of why I was gone was I was counseling at a junior high camp, and I got a new fun saying because counselors were pulling pranks on each other. So don't eat the fry tips. If you get that, then I like you.
You were a junior high camp counselor.
Can you explain this, or is this like secret and we'll never know?
I'll explain it real quick. So we're doing the talent show, which is one of just the evening activities, and one of the counselors decided to say, hey, if you go talk to actually the person who suggested our GoldenEye Halo episode, go talk to this person because they have free Pizza Hut coupons. Free Pizza Hut.
Pizza Hut coupons.
That's what he had.
We're doing it live.
And he's like, all you have to do is say the code, and the code is don't eat the fry tips. So naturally, 300 junior hires all week are going to him, hey, don't eat the fry tips, don't eat the fry tips. But he didn't have anything. Well, anyway, to make a really long story as short as I possibly can, Kyle, the other counselor, sprained his ankle in this game. And as kids are walking by, while he's asking for the nurse, they're going, don't eat the fry tips. So Kyle wasn't too happy about that, but he got the other guy back. Shout out to DJ, my boy, who thought of that. I just love the rivalry that's going on. Hashtag don't eat the fry tips. Anyway, that's why I was gone. But I also have been doing stuff for the past 2 weeks. I feel like I've been talking a really long time already.
You have.
And I feel like
but you missed last week.
Yeah, you were
gone for 2 weeks.
I got to do my
You
last
gotta catch
week's
up.
recap as well. So, I don't know when I started doing this, but I got another free audiobook. So I was like, all right, let's go in on this. And I was a huge fan of the show Altered Carbon. So I was like, I guess I'll check out the book, see what that's like. And it was good.
Sorry. Started skipping for a second.
He's caught in a loop.
I was surprised with how much was actually similar with the book, but I think the show is better because I actually like the changes that they made to the show. And just because you're like, oh, Luke doesn't like reading books or like listening to audiobooks, like the changes make the story a lot better, except for maybe one. But I'd say go in on the TV show before the book. The book is just as R-rated as the show. I'll say that. There are some things I did not need described to me. So I'll just say that. Also, I had a lot more written down for that, but I'm not going to go into it. Brett, you just tagged me in a photo.
I did. Someone's got to tweet out that we're live.
Also, I rented the movie Blockers.
Mm.
The John Cena, Leslie Mann R-rated comedy, and it's really funny. So I'd recommend that. Give it a fanboy worthy. There's one scene in the middle that I did not like. It was funny because of stuff they were doing in it, but because of it being R-rated, they went for that shock humor, and it was
Not too much.
It was similar to Baywatch in that scene.
Okay.
Except it was actually funny.
Oh.
Okay.
So.
All right.
I know you liked that movie, and I know Tyler, or you thought it was funny. You guys thought it was funny.
Yeah, I did.
I hated that movie.
It hasn't aged well. I rewatched it recently, but it's still fun.
never
It's got its
watched-
moments.
It's-
Never watching that again.
2 years old?
No,
1 year.
it's
Came out
only
last
like a
year.
year.
A
It
year
won
old?
the Razzie
and
for
it
worst movie last
already
year.
hasn't aged well?
Yeah.
All right.
After like 6 months.
All right.
What else did I do? Oh, last night I watched the movie Heat with Al Pacino and Robert De Niro.
Yeah.
That movie is on the intensity level of like Sicario. Like I was like so nervous during that movie. Even though it's R-rated, I give that one a booyah. That movie was so good. It's on Netflix. Go watch it. I also watched Glow season 2
Nice.
Goodness. I don't know the
busy.
time to do this.
in 2 weeks. That show is incredible. It's one of the best Netflix originals. It's super funny. I thought the way they took season 2 was really good. I really hope there's a third season because I love that show. Watch it. What else? Oh, I wanted to answer a question from last week. You talked about best gaming moments.
Yeah.
I was like, I want to answer this because I wasn't here. And one that stood out to me was when I saved Bastila in Knights of the Old Republic. I saved right before it, and I probably worked on that for like 5 or 6 hours trying to save her for the first time, and I did it, and I think that's the only time I've vocally like cheered in joy during a video game because I was so happy that I did it.
Nice.
It's such a good game.
I think that's everything that I did.
Nice.
All right. It's quite a bit.
Somebody else can go now. Chris, you can go because I'm actually like kind of out of breath.
All right. Well, I didn't do nearly as much. But speaking of Sicario, Luke, didn't you say you watched Sicario?
Yeah, I watched that again.
Sicario 1. I saw Sicario 2. I'm going to give it an all right, or Matthew McConaughey, because I thought it was all right. Which it is tough, because I think that in some ways it's because I'm comparing it to the first Sicario, which
Yeah.
was amazing. And
Yeah, it doesn't almost seem fair that you'd have to compare something to that movie.
yeah, and the second one, it's not on the same level at all, but it's still a good movie. Like but it's not following the main characters from Sicario, the girl. It's not following her. She's not in it at all, and that's part of what made Sicario so good. Was you were kind of following her as she discovered what was happening, and in Sicario 2, Day of the Soldado, you kind of already know what's happening, so you don't have nearly that suspense and those reveals that you have in Sicario.
Emily Blunt, baby.
Yeah. But it was still a good movie. I'd say, yeah, I'd give it a Matthew McConaughey. Other than that, I mean, I've been playing some more VR. Got a third sensor, so now I have good 3D sensors, so I can turn around backwards and not
I need to try it now.
have my camera freak out.
And
which
this
is
time
my
not fall through the
Yeah.
invisible kiosk on the ground.
They're non-existent. No, we should turn the camera around. No, you don't want to see the other side of
No.
this room.
headset.
Yeah, probably not.
Secret for any YouTube stuff you watch, right behind the camera is always just a mess. Guarantee it.
As we all look and we're like,
Yeah.
probably.
I did take VR up to my sister's house for the 4th of July and had a bunch of people try out Beat Saber, and it was great. Like, it, just as I suspected, it's a good party game, especially when you can have it up on the TV as well, so everyone else can see what you're doing, and you just look real silly in the middle of the room, swinging your arms around. But it's great, and it was a lot of fun.
We need to play it again just because I like making you guys laugh.
Yes,
Absolutely.
absolutely.
I went to bed at like 10 o'clock on July 4th because I was so tired.
Nice.
That's the day we got back from camp.
Mm.
So,
No really party for this guy.
Anything else, Chris?
no, that's I think that's it for me. I didn't do much. What about you, Brett?
I did a few things. I didn't prepare my notes very well because there's nothing on the bullet points.
So that's one thing you didn't do.
I know.
Is take notes.
So I finally saw Incredibles 2.
Yeah.
Awesome. It's a booyah. Go see it. I don't know. There's
It's so good.
it's so good. Small quips, but that's it.
The raccoon scene.
The
So
raccoon
good.
scene. It was very good. What else did I do this week? I had
While you
something
think.
else.
What's
Oh.
up, Eric? Thanks for dropping by.
Eric.
Exum dropped in. Said yo.
Hey.
Yo. So I finally started Westworld season 2.
All
Does
right.
anyone else watch Westworld?
I watched all of the first season and the first 3 or 4 episodes of the second season.
I'm still on season 1, 4 minutes into the first episode.
okay.
I've only seen season 1,
Okay.
so I'll get to it immediately.
I am very much enjoying season 2. It's very different. It's different than season 1 in the best possible way.
Okay. I thought season 2 struggled to keep my attention, which is why I've only seen the first 4
I'm
episodes.
into the deep lore,
Alright.
and
All right.
it is messing with my head. It's nice because with what the first season does, it kind of... I don't know how to say anything without spoiling it for this guy over here.
So don't.
Okay, I just won't.
Thank you.
I'm really enjoying it, so there you
Good.
go.
What else you got?
I think that's it.
You didn't do any gaming?
I played Destiny.
Yeah, that's about the reaction.
I
Destiny
mean, there's
should
nothing,
get.
there's nothing no one's ever heard it before, so
That's
nothing
fair.
new.
All right. So I guess it's my turn?
Yeah,
I feel like I've been over here for 10 minutes.
we're
not
skipping
saying
you,
anything.
actually.
you.
Oh, yeah, I'm not even in the picture, so
You don't even get to go last.
I'll wait till you guys approve.
I approve. You go.
Okay, thanks. All right, I read Dark Knight's Metal by Scott Snyder, and probably one of the weirdest stories I've ever read, but it's
Sorry.
okay that metal it fits for how weird that book got. I don't know, it's a lot of fun. I don't want to say too much about it for later reasons, but I also picked up and started reading. Okay, Chris
I'm
is
so
just going to
sorry.
interrupt everything I say.
I'm so sorry.
No, you're not. It's okay. Kind of.
Chris is our hardware guy. I think you need to get us some new hardware.
Okay, so I picked up and
I let you guys use my favorite mic stands, so I don't want to hear it.
I use my own stuff.
All right, I'm going to try again. I picked up and started reading Civil War from Marvel, like the real story that inspired the movie. I've read the prologue issue and the first issue of the book so far, and it's pretty good. It's interesting to see the immediate difference as to what is causing the Civil War. I think that's pretty cool. I feel like it's paced very quickly. I think it's only a 7-issue story. Like, it's real fast. So sides are taken like immediately within the story. So I thought that was kind of cool. I also picked up 2 games on Brett's recommendation.
Yeah.
I picked up Quantum Break and I picked up Dishonored. And so
Dishonored.
far I'm loving them both. They're a lot of fun. I actually think I enjoy Quantum Break more.
Yeah. It's a little more... Well, it depends on how you're playing Dishonored. I'm pretty sure I saw you on High Chaos the other day on Xbox Live. Are you playing real chaotic?
I probably was at that point,
Okay.
but I've been pretty quiet other than one part of the game.
Okay.
I think I've only had to fight once.
Oh, nice.
I
So-
love the action of Dishonored.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else has just been assassinations. I
Just
sneak
feel
around
like
a
an
lot.
absolute assassination superhero. Like you just blink and you. Oh, it's so awesome.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I've enjoyed it, but I think I like Quantum Break more just because
It's
Sorry.
a little more unique in its mechanics.
it is.
My
It's
face is just
very
a pop
different.
filter. I was trying to move my mic.
Yeah,
but-
he
Chris,
didn't.
you didn't
He didn't
figure
brush
out
his hair to
why-
be a pop filter.
Why your pop filter was positioned right there? I'm kidding.
But no, Quantum Break, tons of fun. Can't wait to beat it. I think I know why people didn't like it when it came out. I know it had like a weird reception,
Mhm.
and I think it's because after every act, there's a TV show episode. It's well acted though, and it's interesting, so that's cool.
That also changes based on things you do in the game.
Right, which is again pretty cool.
Like super small things you do in the game can have big changes in
Mhm.
that. Like stopping and correcting an equation on a whiteboard will change
That's so
what's
awesome.
happening.
That's crazy.
And then the final thing I did, which I just finished before coming over here tonight, is I watched Watchmen, which came out quite a few years ago.
Oh, like the Snyder Watchmen.
Yeah.
All right.
And I love that movie. Chris is just going to keep moving his mic while I talk, so we're just going to keep going with
We're good.
I think it's... I don't want to say it's Zack Snyder's best movie, but I think it's his most complete movie.
We're doing live.
I'm just so confused about what you're doing.
Yeah, Watchmen's great. We're going to move on after he fixes his
Should
mic.
disconnect
I'm done
now.
trying.
I'll talk Watchmen with you.
Okay.
Who's your favorite character?
Rorschach.
Okay, who's your least favorite character?
Oh, there's your problem.
The young Silk Spectre.
So Malin Ackerman's character.
Yes.
Okay.
Mostly because I feel like she's just kind of there to exist. What are we doing, guys? You guys doing all right?
We're being real professional.
We're really looking like some rookies right now.
I'd say
We've already lost one viewer. Way to go, Chris.
See this. If you're listening to the podcast right now,
This is what it's like with no editing.
This is why you need to watch it this week. Just this week.
it's pretty great.
Are we gonna make a blooper reel?
That's up to Brett. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, maybe. If I have the time.
Who's your least favorite character in that movie? Malin Ackerman.
No. Ozymandias. I don't like how he's portrayed.
Like weirdly.
Like they give him powers. He's not supposed to have powers. He's punching people through walls and stuff. Ozymandias doesn't have powers.
Yeah, he catches a bullet.
Yeah.
I thought it worked for the movie.
Yeah, it works.
I mean, you had to
fine,
make
but-
him withstand the Watchmen attacking him, so.
Yeah, but like, he performs the actor. I don't remember who it was.
He performs like a piece of wood.
It's better than Malin Ackerman is, though.
Yeah.
Who is just watching paint dry. Ow!
Hey, I'm back.
I'm back, baby.
Back to interrupt us.
Yeah. So is that everything you did?
I was gonna ask Brett. You've seen Watchmen?
Oh yeah.
Who's your favorite character?
I don't know. It's been so long.
Did you like the movie?
No, not when I watch it. I think if I watch it again, I would probably appreciate it more now.
My favorite performance in that movie is Jeffrey Dean Morgan as the comedian, though.
He is very good.
He's so good in that movie.
Big
You know
Jackie
he's
Earl Haley
Really
guy.
creepy because he's just a horrible guy.
He's a
Maybe.
terrible person in that movie. But yeah, that's all I've done this week.
Awesome. Should we go into news then?
Yes.
Let's
I've
jump
got
into news.
We've got a couple stories. I'm gonna start off this one because the huge bummer. Sunday night. No, it was Saturday night. Steve Ditko passed away. He was 9 years old.
Yep.
If you don't know who that is, he's the guy who created Spider-Man, and also
And Doctor Strange.
created Doctor Strange, Hawk and Dove, the Creeper, the Question. He's done a lot of really awesome characters. Definitely the best one is Spider-Man. So that's just a kind of a really big bummer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It stinks that all those creators are getting to that age now. Like Stan Lee's like 95, I think, or something. So I'm just not looking forward to that day.
I just thought of his cameo in AntMan
Oh,
because of his age and stuff. It's just pretty funny.
Yeah.
Also, in Star Wars news, Kerry Russell, from The Americans, was cast in Star Wars Episode 9.
Ooh.
So I'm actually pretty jazzed about that, as long as she's not a Holdo character.
I thought the rumor was a pretty action heavy.
Yeah, it said it's action heavy. I saw that.
My first thought that came to mind was, Mara Jade. But I don't know if they're gonna go that direction. But I don't know if anybody here.
It's JJ. I wouldn't be surprised if he does.
There's
something
gonna be
like that.
so
Yeah.
many references in this movie, just like The Force Awakens. But if you haven't seen The Americans, she is absolutely incredible in that TV show. And also, I'm about halfway through. I really recommend that TV show. It's really good. So, and you have any thoughts on that? Or anything?
No, that's awesome. I think if she's used well, not just a throwaway character. Yeah.
Next, I don't really know what to think about this honestly because I don't know anything about it. But there's going to be a live-action Gundam movie.
That'll be interesting.
That's either going to be
it's gonna be
awesome,
boom or bust.
or it's just going to be Transformers with people inside them,
Yeah.
So Pacific Rim.
but just one person.
Oh,
But Gundams are way more agile.
I thought Gundam was super cool in Ready Player One. Spoilers.
I think
I know.
I don't know.
Usually you
I
say spoilers.
feel like that.
It's okay. It's whatever. We're going with it.
Hey, spoilers. There's a bunch of references in Ready Player One.
He's lying. There's like 2 or 3.
Anything that you ever thought was cool, it's probably in Ready Player One.
Definitely in there. No, I just think I can't see that Gundam outside of
Toonami.
That style of
that.
animation.
Yeah, that anime style of.
Yeah.
It would be very interesting.
I'll check it out.
I don't know.
I'm willing to give it a chance.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, and I'm hoping it'll at least be visually spectacular.
Yeah.
So.
I feel like there are other stories in that same
Medium.
similar genre, like Neo Genesis Evangelion would make a insane live action. Like they probably couldn't. It'd have to be rated X or something. Because the way people, the way that like some people die in that is just like you can't put this in live action. It's because in that they're connected to their robot things in such a way that like when they get hurt, when their robots get hurt, they're hurt too, kind of.
Yeah.
So people get messed up. But anyways, I think
Down the rabbit hole.
Gundam's probably gonna be a popcorn movie. Like I don't think it's gonna be anything special.
yeah.
I don't think
No.
it's gonna be
Yeah.
I love
crazy.
popcorn.
I'm sure it'll be fun. It'll probably be like I wouldn't be surprised if it's fanboy worthy. I would be incredibly surprised if it's a booyah. Like I'd be
That would be awesome.
I doubt that, but I mean maybe it will be. Who knows?
Last thing from me.
Real quick. What's up, Deeds? Deeds stopped in. Said,
Hey.
hello, boys.
What up, boy?
Congrats on being married.
Yeah. This is the last thing from me. Margot Robbie was talking about Birds of Prey,
Ooh.
and she says it's going to be R-rated. And
Hey.
they asked her when they're starting filming, and she said hopefully in January,
Let's go.
which was like, oh, okay.
Movie's a lot further along than we thought.
I still don't know what to think about the movie, honestly. I'm always down for a comic book movie because I love those, and I don't have any fatigue with them.
It's
We'll see. I mean,
also something to note. She referred to it as a small budget movie.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
Hopefully,
yeah.
lots of studios
DC
are
is like
figuring it out that they don't need to spend a ton of money.
$500,000 to make a movie.
Every movie.
Yeah.
Although with her saying, hopefully we start in January.
Well, I'm sure some scheduling has to be moved around for some people.
Yeah.
So, and they're probably counting on that.
Okay.
Mhm.
That would be my guess.
'Cause part of that is like, I mean, January's not that far away that I would
No.
hope they'd have that figured out by now. So
And this,
kind of
like
seems like some stuff is still really up in the air for that movie.
the script was actually written quite a while back.
Mhm.
I think it was written by
Yeah.
Christina Hodson, who did Bumpy. So we'll see.
It doesn't look terrible.
You're
I'm
not, you're not wrong. So we'll see what her writing skills are like soon, I guess.
Yeah.
Unless I'm totally wrong about all that information I just gave. Then
Also
I just,
possible.
I just let out a bunch of words.
We were winging
it's
it.
all good.
Shout out LZ Raps.
Logan.
What up? You want to give us your 15-second review via the chat?
Do
Oh my
it.
gosh. I'm counting you down.
That was all my news stories. So, at least that I found. Oh, I think I saw one actually earlier today, but I don't remember what it was. It was when we were at Taco Bell and I saw something. I was like, oh.
Let him over.
No,
I can go ahead and
I say,
go.
Tyler, what do you got?
Nintendo Switch news. Warframe is coming to Switch. That's
All right.
a pretty big deal, I think.
All right. Okay.
Warframe's
So,
picking up a ton of steam right
Do
now.
we know when it's coming to Switch?
No, it just said soon.
Okay. Because we all have a Switch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Not
we
all of
should
us.
totally play together.
I pointed. Sorry, it was below
He
the
pointed
table.
this way.
We all have Switch.
Yes.
We.
The guy who wasn't in the picture, I
Yeah.
have one.
Um,
Thanks, Brett.
and I'm assuming that it'll be very similar to like on the PC and the Xbox. Those accounts aren't linked. So when I play on Xbox, it's a complete fresh account. So we should start fresh accounts on
Link
Switch
up and play
together
together?
and play
That'd be
together.
fun. Yeah, I'm down.
Be sweet. Okay. Also, Fortnite's huge, so I figured I'd include some Fortnite news.
All
Season 5 starts this week. So there's a ton of guides on how to level up your battle pass for Season 4 if you're behind like myself.
Me too.
So if that's your thing, that's out there. And then finally, Jeremy Renner was cast as Twitch Williams in the Spawn reboot.
Oh.
So
Okay.
now Jamie Foxx and Jeremy Renner are in that movie.
All right.
I don't know who Twitch Williams is. I'm assuming he's a villain.
So that clown guy.
No idea.
No, he has like weird frizzy hair and I don't know. He looks weird, but probably should have looked that up.
Good for Jeremy.
Yeah, that'd be cool. It's got 2 good actors in
Yeah.
it so far.
Yep.
So, Brett, what do you got?
I'm
I
gonna.
don't have any news, so.
LZ Raps 15-second review is in.
Oh yes.
Of what?
I gave
Of
the
Ant-Man.
new Ant-Man movie an all right. So he gives it a Matthew McConaughey. Hashtag 15-second review.
Thanks, Logie Bear.
Thanks, Logan.
I don't know where I saw this.
Brett, did you have any news?
He said he did not.
I do not.
No, sorry. I was reading the 15-second
I know,
review.
you-
I suck.
it's-
I'm so sorry.
It's my bad.
Chris has never done this before.
No, I haven't. I mean, I've already apologized for being the worst in the chat. So.
Well, I just saw this. IGN just tweeted this out. Billy D. Williams will return to play Lando Calrissian in Star Wars Episode 9.
Yes.
I had heard that was kind of on the
Wait.
horizon.
More references.
Oh.
I mean, I still think it's ridiculous that he
Oh.
wasn't in the casino. But anyways. So,
I still think Solo was a ridiculous movie.
Yeah.
Anyway, had to
that's it for news.
so let's go into our Ant-Man and the Wasp review.
Oh wait, let me tweet out that we're starting that now.
Pause.
This person's like, "Find it, Lando's Ray's mother." I can dig that.
Oh, like in the comments
Yeah,
of the post?
yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant like somebody put that on our chat. I was like, oh.
Oh, I wish. Also, I hope that's true. This is a nice awkward silence. As
All right,
Brett
you
tweets.
can start now. We're good.
I
The
love
tweet has
awkward
been-
silences.
The tweet has been.
Does anybody want to go first?
So we're diving into Ant-Man, right?
Yeah.
Man,
Yes.
No spoilers for now. We will let you know when we go into spoiler territory.
Okay,
Okay.
so I saw it at the AMC theater. It was
So did I.
my first experience at the AMC.
Did you see it in the Dolby Cinema?
I did.
I did too.
That
What'd you
was-
think?
So my first experience there, the first 4 rows of the Dolby Cinema suck.
weird. Such a weird layout, right? I
Yeah.
walked in, I was like, this is not practical.
So
at
I
all.
didn't know how it was laid out when I chose my seats.
Oh no.
So I was sitting like
You sat in
Oh
the lower.
no.
to the edge of. It was the farthest row back in the lower section, but off to the side.
But still.
And the way that theirs laid out, they have at least one love seat on each end needs to be removed because they're too far away. Like they're too far out, so you're looking at the movie sideways. I was like almost to that point. So not the best viewing scenario, but I will say that the sound
The sound is crazy.
Mm.
awesome.
It is insane.
Also,
Your seat vibrates.
The
and all kinds
chairs
of
the
stuff.
chairs confuse me because they're supposed to be recliners, but they like recline halfway.
Oh, yeah, they don't recline
it's
very
like,
far.
What's even the point?
Just slightly better than airline seats.
Yeah.
Reclining.
Just lift your feet.
Which I've been
little
in.
bit.
Yeah, I've been at theaters that like they act like they put your feet all the way up, and those are awesome. This doesn't do that.
No.
and it's weird.
And it's like a weird touch screen button
Yeah,
thing.
that lights up, so you're just gonna bother the person next to you when you do it. But
Yeah.
anyways, that was just my experience. I also got a bloody nose while I was watching it, like right at the end.
This is gonna be a dumpster fire from Chris.
No, so that was just the experience surrounding it. I thought that the movie was really funny. I thought that it was fun. I thought that I actually liked kind of where it fit in with the other Marvel movies. Yeah, I think that's my spoiler free.
That's your tweet?
Yeah.
Nice.
Sure, I'll go next.
Hey, Brett, do you want to go next?
I really like this movie a lot. I thought it a little bit like what Chris said. I think it fits really good into the universe as its own thing. That's something I really appreciate about both Ant-Man movies is that they comfortably do their own thing while existing in this larger universe, whereas some other movies are very obvious that this is all the little, Easter eggs that tie it back to the MCU. So I liked it a lot. We'll get into there's some negatives. It's a fanboy worthy for me, but
just dropping the rating before we even discuss it.
Oh, my bad.
Rookie
Wow.
mistake.
You can leave, Brett. Thank you for
Yes, sir.
coming.
Does that mean I'm now the third last host? Okay.
Again.
Still last.
Yeah.
Maybe you guys can convince me to change my rating.
No.
later.
I don't think I will.
Yeah, we don't need to convince you to change it.
Who's next?
Oh, I'll go. Once I pull up my handy dandy notes.
No, just wing it, bro.
I loved it. Actually, it's one of my favorite movies this year. Honestly, which I did not expect. I really enjoy Paul Rudd a lot. Like, I didn't think I would ever like Paul Rudd as a superhero, but every time I see him, I like him more. And then I thought the entire cast's chemistry was fantastic, which made the movie a lot better. So that's all I'll say for now.
Shout out to Paul Rudd. He's from Kansas.
So is Kurt.
Kurt?
Dave Dastmalchian. He's a Kansas City guy too. The guy who plays Kurt, the Baba Yaga guy.
Oh, the Russian.
Yaga.
Yeah, he's from Kansas City.
Baba Yaga.
Yep.
I thought he was talking about John Wick.
But yeah, Kansas City guys.
Woo.
I pretty much agree with everything Tyler just said. I love this movie. I was laughing so hard during this movie. I don't know if it's because I was really tired from camp.
Someone should have learned close-up magic
Oh,
Drop
jeez.
just for the live stream.
That would be amazing. But I was laughing so hard during this movie. A quick comparison to another movie, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, has pretty much no impact whatsoever on the overarching MCU, except for maybe one part that we'll talk about in spoilers, except it was actually good. Like, I mean, I'm fine with Volume 2. I think it's fine, but I think Ant-Man handled it way better because they honestly made me care about every character.
I agree.
Paul Rudd was great. I actually really liked the villain. I'm excited to see it again.
Me too.
Booyah!
Why are we ratings? I didn't give mine.
I didn't want Brett to be by himself. He's over there on Lonely Island.
One thing that made it feel so much better than Guardians Volume 2.
It didn't suck.
Yeah, it didn't suck. I think each character was like they all had, like, they were all more well-developed characters, I think, without having to be in your face about it, without having to be like, I'm the angry raccoon character the whole time.
He's like the only good character
Every time
in
they're on
Guardians
screen.
too.
Yeah, but like that's just like an example of how Guardians 2 is. It's like, this is my character, and every time I'm on screen, I have to make sure you know that I'm this character. I'm the big, dumb, strong guy.
See, I thought that Ant-Man stretched their characters just a little too thin. I appreciated that they all were, like, multi-dimensional, but I thought that I didn't get as much character development as you guys did, apparently.
I mean, it's not necessarily like deep character development, but even their, like, tertiary characters, I felt like added to the movie. like the Baba Yaga guy, Kurt.
One of my favorite scenes in that movie is the Baba Yaga scene.
Yeah.
Like, I was dying. Oh my god. I need to watch that scene. I need to find it on some dark website so I can watch it.
One of the things I loved about this movie, like just within the plot, was just like how small scale it was. It's another comparison. Oh,
AntMan.
small scale. Comparing it to Volume 2 again, Ego is trying to destroy the whole universe.
Mm-hmm.
In this, the good guys are trying to save Janet. That's all they're trying to do, and Ghost
Trying to
has
save
her
themselves.
Ghost has her motivations.
Yeah.
I guess I won't say that yet because
I did, so.
okay.
But it was loosely. Ironically, I put in my notes, really enjoyed the plot story for the movie. Not too big, not too small, ironically.
And also like he's not trying to get caught the cops, which I thought was a really funny thread. He's like, I gotta get back home.
Yeah, Randall Park's character was fantastic.
He was one of my favorite characters.
Yeah.
Like the scene.
Close up magic.
How did you do that? But like
Do you want to go to dinner?
yeah, that's the scene I'm talking about. Just this really awkward exchange between him and Paul Rudd where they're not really sure what each other are talking
I
about.
feel like when they were filming that, they weren't sure if they were supposed to keep going, so they just did it anyways. Like, that's how I want to believe that scene was done.
I feel like I'm not supposed to like that scene based on what I previously liked.
I know. No, absolutely.
But like I was laughing, because it's just awkward, and I liked it. But Jimmy Woo, he's great,
Yeah.
I agree.
and he's studying magic,
Yeah.
which is great.
Every time you see his computer screen, it's close-up magic websites.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Oh! Anybody else got any more non-spoiler thoughts? Mine keeps doing it too.
I've got a lot more, but I guess I can go into this is my only con. There's nothing. I guess I have one thing I'm just not really sure about, but that's a spoiler. But then also the only con I have, because I don't really think there's anything bad in this movie, is all of the whoa moments are in the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing like when he goes big to grab the boat, when he rides the car like a scooter, the school scene where he's really small, also one of my favorite scenes.
Yeah,
Gosh,
that was great.
that was so funny. Do you actually have those?
Hey, you stop! No.
Just lets him go. That just him in that big hood, man, just running around. That's too funny. But all those moments are in the trailers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, they don't spoil the ending of the movie, but they didn't really give you any surprises.
Yeah. I was when I was writing my notes, I was like, what could I say to spoil this? Because there's not really a whole lot.
Yeah, there's the mid-credit scene, and then
Which, let's be real, the
And-
mid-credit scene you'll see from a mile away.
yeah, and then the stuff with
Yeah.
Lawrence Fishburne, kind of.
Yeah, Lawrence Fishburne's. I'll go. My
Let's
my,
get into the
my negatives
villains of it.
are the villains. I think Ghost is a really compelling character, but she's not fleshed out. She's not fleshed out near enough. Because they spend way too much time with Sonny Birch, the mob guy.
Which I know that
They-
I said that I liked the characters. Sonny's character was terrible, in my opinion.
I didn't think so.
I liked him.
He fit for the beginning. I think he was great, and he needed to be done after that. Because the only reason he's around then is to add interesting interactions, which I appreciate the interactions, but I don't think it adds anything to the actual plot.
I don't view Ghost as a villain.
Yeah, me too.
I view Sonny as the villain.
Spoilers?
Not really, though.
Yeah, but the thing with Sonny is, if Ghost was the only villain, I don't feel like there's anything driving
There's
the
conflict.
plot really forward. I feel like because you have the three-way chase after the lap,
Yeah.
add another element into it so that Ghost couldn't just take it.
Sure.
You need a villain to punch, and you can't even punch Ghost really. So, and Surge and his minions added that in, and also we wouldn't have gotten. Another one of my favorite scenes was the car chase scene in the I don't really know what act, second or third act.
It's like that. It's kind of a middle ground.
Yeah, I loved that action scene. The whole thing's in the trailers, but I thought it was really well done. So.
Yeah.
And you
I've
don't
seen
get that
Deadpool,
without
so-
Sonny Birch's crew. Oh yeah.
I've seen Deadpool, so the Wasp fight choreography in that scene is nothing new, but just a little twist on that.
Mm-hmm.
Little twist.
Yeah.
I hate you.
Pun machine over here.
A bad pun. You dork.
It was pretty good.
No.
I thought so.
Anyways, no, it's all opinion, and I
Absolutely.
think you're right in that it does provide them. How should I say this? I think it does give them an easier avenue for us feeling apathy for Ghost's character.
Yes.
Because she's not the only one who's a antagonist.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Even if at the end of the movie you don't view her as the quote unquote bad guy, she still is the primary antagonist for the majority of the film.
Mm-hmm.
So we can talk more about that in spoilers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to. Yeah.
We can break that down.
Okay.
Are you ready for spoilers?
I still
wait.
haven't given my rating.
You
and
don't
neither
need.
has
We don't need your
Chris.
rating. It's fine.
Chris, what was your rating?
I'm gonna give it a fanboy.
I'm gonna give it a booyah because I think anybody can go see this movie and have a blast. I saw it with someone who hasn't seen a MCU movie since Avengers 1, and he loved it.
All right.
I was
Just
eating.
absolutely loved it.
Me and Tyler were at Taco Bell, and I told him, I was like, I don't really know what I should rate this movie because I don't know how a person would respond to this if they haven't seen it. Like, I was just really confused. I was like, do I give this fanboy worthy or do I give it a booyah? And then he told me that, and I was like, okay, I'm giving it a booyah.
Yeah, he loved it. He's like,
Yeah.
I need to go rent AntMan 1. I need to watch that because he didn't see that one.
Oh,
And I was like, yeah, you probably should.
Mm-hmm.
So, also before we go into spoilers, Evangeline Lilly killed it.
Oh yeah, she did
I'm
great.
super down for more of her in any movie.
Yep.
I really, really hope we get more Ant-Man Wasp movies. And I'm kind of worried we're not going to. Just with where the MCU is headed.
That's a fair. Yeah, that's fair.
Also, I'm just a huge fan of Paul Rudd.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
want Paul Rudd in more stuff. So, spoilers?
Spoilers.
All right, spoilers. I guess you can mute us if you just want to keep watching us. And we'll go like this when we're done.
I'm not getting that.
I'll do it.
Dana just
Or you
texted me and said she's turning it off now since she hasn't seen it, which means she kind of wants to see it.
But, so spoilers, I guess. I don't know. I kind of want to talk about Janet.
That's the first thing on my list, too.
Because honestly, I just don't know what to think about this. And I just kind of accept it because it's a comic book movie. But I don't think she has that. She doesn't have her powers anymore. Like, she goes and heals Ghost. And I was listening to another podcast. And they kind of explained it, how they understood it. So I'm just kind of going with what they think. But they're like,
Can I say what I think before you say that? Because I think it might be the same.
yeah.
I think it doesn't because they have to go back to the quantum realm to get healing
They go back to get
Yeah.
more quantum energy.
to heal her.
So like
Yeah.
she got filled up with quantum energy, and then
Used all of it to
they were
help.
like, we can use her quantum energy to heal Ghost, but they were like, oh, but that might kill her. But then she came back and she's like, don't worry, I know how to control my own quantum energy. I got this.
And now she's out of it. And they
yeah,
went
so
back
she used
in.
all of her quantum energy to help Ghost.
Yeah, that's where we get the mid-credit scene.
Okay. And so that moment in the mid-credit scene is why I don't view Ghost as a quote-unquote villain. Because they're all working together in the
Oh,
end.
she's a villain with a redemptive storyline.
Is
Yeah.
she? I don't know.
She kidnaps and ties up the protagonists. How
Just
is that
like-
not a villain characteristic?
Batman ties up people.
Yeah,
Okay,
well,
well,
he's
okay.
a vigilante.
Okay. Buddy was the
Motivation.
villain for most of Winter Soldier. Like,
Bucky?
Bucky, sorry.
Buddy.
My bad.
Good old Air Bud.
I'm not. Yeah. So
Bucky was the
Tyler
villain
was
for
saying
most of
that
Winter Soldier.
she's not redeemed at the end, but none of her motivations throughout the entire film lead her to be a protagonist.
I just never felt like her motivation was to
It was selfish.
hurt anybody else. It was more just about.
Other than Janet, that she specifically said, "I don't care if she dies."
Well, yeah, because she was trying to save herself. I mean, that's the only villain-esque thing she does the whole movie.
I disagree, but all right.
I just don't. She's definitely an antagonist, but I don't think she ever fully goes into a villain.
Okay, fair. That's fair.
Yeah, and then also like, with Lawrence Fishburne, I don't remember his name, except for like Goliath.
I had it written down.
But how
Bill
he's
Foster.
Like, yeah, that's it. How he's like, I will not help you if you start going this far.
Yeah.
I feel like she always has in her mind that she's doing some bad things, but
and she's aware of it.
She's just desperate. I felt like.
Yeah, because it hurts so bad.
Yeah, and I feel like
and
towards villainous, bad, maybe wrong, but I don't really see her as a villain either.
Yeah.
Because I don't think she's being a villain. Like, I don't think she's doing bad things because she wants to. I think she's doing it because she feels like she has to.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she's not motivated by just being evil.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think you ask any villain, and
the Joker.
Most villains are not. Sure, okay. There's a few.
No, he's the only one, actually.
Right, most villains don't consider themselves evil.
Langley talked about that at Comic-Con, yeah. But yeah, I mean,
I will send anybody $5 if they can tell me one villain who is truly evil that is not the Joker. I will Venmo you $5.
Doomsday.
Is that his choice, though?
No, he's just like.
Yeah, but it's not his choice.
Hate incarnate.
Destruction.
Rage incarnate.
Destruction incarnate.
But he's not going, I want to do this. No, we don't need to do this right now. What are we doing?
Anyways, speaking
spoilers aren't over. I said it's just in case. Like,
speaking of villains,
spoilers are still happening.
Still spoilers. Luke danced on accident.
Darn it.
Though I thought Sonny's character was not well fleshed out or well handled, I did like having 3 sides of the story, as opposed to the usual 2. Maybe even 4 if you consider like the FBI their own separate side of that story.
Freaking Jimmy Woo, man. Kill me.
So having those, like, all of the sides interacting with each other. I keep my hand motions above the table. I really liked that. I thought that made for a more interesting storytelling, even when parts of it, especially with Sonny, fell a little flat. But I thought that, we were fighting the motivations of Ghost, while at the same time fighting the really shallow and one-dimensional motivations of Sonny. And
he has an employer.
At the whole time.
Have you heard the rumors for that?
Osborne?
Yeah. People have been going nuts on that speculation.
Yeah.
And then, at the whole time also, trying not to get caught by the FBI. The whole time being like, oh, he's not involved in any of this. He's been at home the whole time. So that just adds some layers to it that I think made it really enjoyable.
Okay.
Who else thought that Goliath or Bill was in the suit at the end when it was hiding up against the building?
I did.
I was like, oh, it's Lawrence Fishburne.
Magic. Also, we haven't mentioned this character yet. I just gotta shout him out because he's probably one of my favorite parts of the first movie. He's one of my favorite parts of this movie. Michael Pena's character.
Yeah.
When he tells those stories, I laugh the whole time.
Oh, yeah.
Look at my hairdo. I'm all business.
That was when, like, the moment he starts telling the story is when I look over at Jake, and Jake is just rolling, and I'm like, yes.
Those are some like my favorite parts in the MCU, like as a whole.
I think Jake was crying laughing. I loved it. It was so great.
Also, something I appreciate about this movie was it wasn't a dad has to show up for his kid story.
Mm.
Like like Logan Lucky is an example. He has to
Sure,
he has to
sure.
make it to his kid's recital.
Right.
The daughter's like, you need a partner. Like, she already knows. Like,
Yeah.
it's not that cliched
Yeah.
story. And I just really like that because we get that all the time.
Yeah.
I thought his daughter was a great character. I thought that she was in this movie more than the first, and I thought that like every scene that she was in, I thought she did a really good job, and I thought that she was hilarious.
Yeah.
I really like the part where Giant Man is on the news and her mom and her stepdad are like, oh no, and it pans down to
Yeah.
her. She's just got
Smile.
this smile. She's like, oh yeah.
Yeah,
I
Okay.
did that. I told him to do that.
and she
So-
just has no problem lying directly to an FBI agent's
Yeah.
face. It's like, he's really sick upstairs. He's puked a lot, like a lot.
So let's use that to. Can we segue that into the mid-credit scene?
Also, really quick though, I thought it was hilarious. This won't be long, but the after post-credit scene, the last one, was in the trailer.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
thought that was hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh, that made me upset.
Yeah, that was kind of frustrating.
Someone in my theater like audibly yelled at the end, like, "I sat here for 30 minutes for that." But you don't understand how time works.
It's
Anyway.
a really fast 30 minutes.
Mid-credit scene.
Okay, so if you didn't see the mid-credit scene coming, it's only because you haven't seen Infinity War, I feel like. Does anybody else feel it
think-
differently?
Yeah, sure. I'll play devil's advocate since I'm the hater in this group tonight.
Usually it's me when we see a Marvel movie, but
I know, right? We roll.
yeah. We should have switched chairs too so it could be in the picture.
Yeah. Just the one picture, and it was on my personal Twitter account. It wasn't even on
Every
the
time I
group.
say that, you touch me. That's what I've learned.
I'm trying to console you.
Anyway, going into the mid-credit scene.
No. So I think this movie did a really great job of distracting me from the larger universe. So I
Yes.
wasn't expecting it. I wasn't like, oh, where's the tie-in? I got done with the movie. I was happy with it. I was like, oh, they're doing more stuff. And then when it, like, the radio goes dead, I'm like, what is... And then it shows the shot with the ash, and you're like, oh,
Dusted.
so good.
What?
I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a great scene. Don't get me wrong. I'm
I thought it was just done well, even
Yeah.
though I knew it was coming. I was like, oh man.
Yeah.
I thought it was Danielle, but it was Danielle. I thought it was
Danielle?
done well,
Danielle.
but it was the only scene in the movie where I was like, all right.
Yeah.
Like I just like because it was being hyped up, like the MCU will change forever with this post-credit scene. The only thing they
Really?
said that
That was the...
that was it. That
Oh
was
my
what they
gosh.
were hyping up. And
Don't believe the hype.
what I think it did was explain what they can find in the quantum realm,
Mm-hmm.
which
Because of Janet's
is
line.
a huge plot point, I think, for Avengers 4. And that's why when you were talking about his daughter, I think that's where this all will connect. Because I think he's going to get out, he's going to have to go through what are they, time warp?
time vortex or
Or
something.
time vortex, and he's going to end up in the future. And I think, speculation here, I think he's going to meet his daughter, who she ends up being a hero in the comics that is not, I don't think it'd be anybody anyone would recognize, but I think she's going to be the Wasp in the future. Because she
She's-
talked about being his partner, and I think that's going to pay off in Avengers 4. And Ant-Man and her, she's going to tell Ant-Man, like, hey.
She's gonna go find Cap. They're gonna go find
Yeah.
Cap together.
She's going to tell him, like, hey, this is what happened. Like, everyone's dead. And he's going to be like, well, then we have to go into the quantum realm and we need to go back in time. And so then they're going to go back in time and they're going to find Captain America, or Cap, as Ant-Man says.
Captain America.
And I think
If
that
only
was
Cap
the
could
big,
see you now.
that and the healing energy from the quantum realm. They're going to use that to heal somebody.
This is all
Stark.
very fascinating because I don't know anything about any of the Ant-Man comics.
I don't either. All just speculation.
Just speculation online. Well, I have not.
No, this is like me spitballing when I
Oh,
watched the
all
scene.
right.
I was like, he's going to go back in time. Because they casted an older Cassie Lang for Avengers
Mhm.
4.
Oh,
The original actress is also in Avengers 4, I believe.
Oh, yeah, he's
Like
going to
who
have to go
plays Cassie in
in the movies.
Ant-Man 2, yeah.
I agree
Cool.
with Tyler,
I think that's how it's all going to start
That
in the
sounds
next
fun.
movie.
I'm in.
and I think it will be a mixture of Stark Tech and Quantum Realm.
energy.
something to go all over the timeline.
And I told you this, the only reservation I have with that is it makes Infinity War not matter.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that could bother me, is make Infinity War not matter, because they're just going to go back in time and change it.
Well, yeah, but Infinity, like, they're going to bring everyone back, so Infinity War end up not mattering regardless of how they do it, because everyone will be back, Thanos will be defeated, nothing will be changed.
What if, in order for everyone to come back, everyone who survived has to die?
I've heard that.
Yeah, I've been preaching that for months.
Yeah,
Come on, man.
You did say that, but like,
What if Galactus shows up and Thanos has to team up with all the Avengers?
I would lose my mind. However, in the Infinity Gauntlet story, it's the other way around. Galactus teams up with the Avengers to take down Thanos.
So, I don't know a lot about, like, quantum stuff, but I think it's, like, the state where, like, particles exist and don't exist at the same time kind of a thing going on, right? Like Schrodinger's cat type stuff.
That's kind of how I interpreted it.
Yeah.
I think that's why Ghost was in the movie, to kind of show you what that looks like.
Yeah, so maybe he can go down to the quantum realm and then come back into a different reality, and he can come back into the reality where everyone who disappeared is actually still there. And then maybe he can bring them down to the quantum realm
and then bring them back
into the other reality, which kind of, that reality is just going to have none of the heroes. But
can I break that down?
Yeah.
The only thing I worry about is they talk about how hard it is to go into the microverse and then come out of it.
Well, yeah,
to get that many people in and out, I feel like somebody would have to die down there.
Well, they've started to figure it out. They're getting better at it. They put it in a van now.
Yeah.
It fits in a van now.
Well, just a tunnel to enter it.
Yeah.
But I'm just playing devil's advocate.
The only thing I think would be awesome is if we eventually get Hank Pym's prison inside the quantum realm. Which is where they put all the super baddies instead of the raft. And that's actually where Ultron comes from. He's the security.
Yeah, because Hank actually...
He's supposed to create Ultron.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Or Henry.
It's kind of like the prison...
who also murders his wife in the comics.
The DC prison in Lego Batman that they get all the baddies out of.
The Phantom Zone projector?
The Phantom Zone prison.
Yeah.
Kind of like that. But in the...
I love that movie.
Quantum Zone.
Sorry.
Yeah, I kind of like that.
We kind of got off on a nice little tangent.
Yeah, but it was a great speculative tangent.
Oh, no. It was.
Is
I'm
that,
just curious. Do we have more thoughts on Ant-Man and the Wasp?
I don't think so.
It's a really good movie. Go see it.
If
you haven't. Are you still watching this if you haven't?
I liked it more than the original.
I did too.
And
Brett did not.
No, I think I do.
I definitely do.
For different reasons. I like this one for different reasons.
I like this one from a story perspective a lot more.
I thought watching people try and fight someone who could go through walls and stuff was pretty cool.
I thought they did a really good job with those animations too. It looked really cool. Like, I like how you can see sometimes her projection would be ahead of her. Yeah. And then other times it would be behind her, and I was like, man, that's
there would be a projection doing one thing, but then she would do something different. Yeah. I thought I feel like there was better action in this one than the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like some of the fight scenes and like the chase and stuff, I thought were all really cool.
I thought the Wasp lended herself to that a lot.
I also felt like all of the Ant-Man suits, I felt like looked so much like Mass Effect armor. This one, I was like, that looks like N7 armor.
But I couldn't even tell the difference between the original suit
Hank's,
and the new suit.
You talking about like Hank's suit?
Yeah, like suit and the Wasp suit.
Okay, Hank's was.
I was like, this looks like it's straight out of Mass Effect. Yeah. That was like my actual thought. Like, especially the helmet.
Yeah.
Because it was just one big open faced helmet
with the red stripe on it. It looked like N7 armor. It was hilarious.
I want Tyler to confirm. I do have Ant-Man and the Wasp above Ant-Man in my MCU rankings.
Sweet.
So I wasn't lying.
How'd you have it above this one too?
Yeah, right.
That movie should be like
Even lower.
somewhere down here.
All right.
Where do
sounds
you,
good.
real quick, where do you have Infinity War on your list? Mine is a question mark on mine.
5.
I don't know.
I don't know yet.
I think
I need
Infinity
to,
War
I need to
2,
see it again.
I think
can't-
Infinity War 2 is going to really impact where I put Infinity
That's
War.
what Luke was asking me that, and I was like,
Oh, yeah.
I feel like I haven't seen I don't know the story.
I was
so
going to
can't
say
put
this
it anywhere.
earlier.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think Infinity War 1 will be meaningless because I think you'll have to watch them right next to each other.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Like, I feel like it's going to be Return of the King, except 2 discs.
2 discs.
Actually, just all Lord of the Rings in general. I can't watch one of those. I got to watch all
All
three.
3 of them. Yep.
But is that everything, Ant-Man Wasp?
Also, if anyone who's watching this happens to have my copy of the second half of Lord of the Rings Return of the King extended edition, I'm really confused about where that went.
It's probably still in your apartment back at Tabor.
And it really
He
sucks.
really wants it back.
It really sucks having 5 out of the 6 discs for Lord of the Rings extended edition Blu-ray.
Mm.
Please send it back.
I need to finish that movie.
Just wait till they re-release 4K.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh,
Should we?
Spoilers over. I'm ending it.
all right.
I'm just typing it in chat. So
You can tweet it out too. Spoilers are over. If you want to join us for Try New Things 4 and Twitter with Tyler. I guess I can stop. I'm still dancing. I'm just a dancer. Oh, that's one thing. At camp, there's so much Fortnite dancing going on. It's
It's
exhausting.
taking over the world. People are doing it in the World Cup too.
Oh yeah.
Hanging out with junior hires is
Unnecessary.
exhausting. Okay, so next week we're doing
Alright.
what?
This week we're assigning. Next week we're doing.
Yeah,
Right?
no.
Okay. No,
Next-
I'm making sure. I was,
Next week we're reporting on the things that we're assigned.
assigned to. Yes.
So this week we're bringing our assignments to each other. Oh, I feel like this is school. So, I guess get them ready.
Make
Do
a
you
gift of that.
do you want to go first, Tyler, since yours is actually out already?
yeah, sure.
Alrighty.
So I'm assigning Luke for next week,
It's me.
and I am assigning Dark Knight's Metal because I want to make Luke read it. Mostly because I want somebody to talk to about it.
Okay.
Because it's so weird that I need to talk to someone.
I have a question. Is it good?
Yes,
Okay.
I think so. If you go into it expecting it to be weird. Like, I wouldn't go into it expecting, like, Crisis on Infinite Earths or Doomsday Clock.
Don't you already have a few of the
I
issues?
actually have all of them. I'm pretty sure.
Oh.
I just
Haven't.
I've only read the side stories where it's like, here's the Green Lantern Batman, here's the
And
the
then
mirror version of Batman.
and you
all
read the Forge, right? Like the intro comics for it too.
that.
Oh, you didn't?
That wasn't in my pull list. So
I don't think you need to, but I have them if you want after
Okay.
you finish it.
Sweet.
So
So I'm excited for that. I'll grab mine for Chris.
Ooh.
So I was
is it
actually
a backpack?
yes, you have to use my backpack for a week.
My backpack's so much better.
So I was actually struggling to choose between 3 things. I almost gave you Triple X Return of Xander Cage, but it wasn't. The other one, I'm not gonna say yet. I'm just hoping that one of these numbskulls gives it to you next time we do it.
Okay.
But now you have to watch.
Oh.
Get out.
Nice.
All right.
I'll
All
watch
right.
it. I'll watch it with you.
All right.
I love that movie.
For those of you that don't know, I don't watch scary movies.
This movie's not scary.
But I have been wanting to see this one. I felt bad about not seeing it when it came out because everyone was talking about how great it was. I think I've done a fairly good job of avoiding any major spoilers or information about it, other than that it's just fantastic. So I'm really looking forward to watching it.
I want to watch
It was in my top 2 or 3 of last year. I can't remember what I liked more, Dunkirk or that. My number 1 was Blade Runner. So, oh,
What?
You just have stands like hidden in your bag.
no, in my room.
I love
You
it.
live in your bag.
Yes.
All right, Brett. I feel kind of bad about mine because you'll have to do it here?
Ah,
No, don't feel bad about that. I
Okay.
get to come visit you again.
Yeah.
no. Assign this to both of us.
I want you to play Moss.
Yes. All
Because
right.
I know.
Oh, never mind.
I know that I think you and I were pretty equally excited about it when we first saw it at E3 on the first episode that you were ever on. And
Back in the day.
yeah, and so I want you to have an opportunity to play it, and so I want to, because it's, I don't know, it's kind of, it's hard to explain it
Mm-hmm.
because it's both, like it has so many aspects of like a traditional platformer type adventure game,
Yeah.
but then aspects of VR put in it as well. So it's kind of like straddling that line between both worlds, and it does it well. And so it's hard to kind of talk about and explain without people who haven't done that yet. So
I'm very excited.
I want you to get to experience that game.
All right.
And
Thanks.
so what did you bring for?
In my pocket, I don't have anything. I do have something for Tyler, and I thought about it, actually. I just forgot to bring it. So I'm going to get it to you.
So I'm glad it's something you can physically hand me. Because I was afraid it was going to be something like raid related on Destiny.
I considered it.
I was like,
we could,
crap,
we
I gotta
could-
grind to get ready for it.
Well, you still haven't finished the last raid on Destiny 1, have you?
Oh, yeah, we could do the last raid on Destiny 1.
Oh yeah, the Wrath of the Machine.
Wrath Machine?
I have not done that one.
Yeah.
We can do that anyways for fun.
We could. Anyways, I'm not giving you one thing. I'm not giving you two things.
Oh boy.
I'm giving you three things.
It's a trilogy?
The new Star Trek trilogy. You get to watch all three of them.
Have you?
Okay.
You haven't seen any of them?
Nope.
All right. They're good.
Got a week.
They're a lot of fun. I think you'll really, really like them.
I'll
I'm
watch,
excited actually.
Chris
Yeah.
Pine, baby.
Yeah, I know.
I'll watch some of them with you. I
Okay.
haven't actually ever seen Into Darkness, the second one.
Oh, really?
That's the one with Cumberbatch, right?
Benedict.
Yeah, I've never
Yep.
seen that one. So
I've heard he's like incredible in that
He's
movie.
really good.
I'll at least watch that one with you, but I'd
Star
watch the
Trek.
others with you too.
Trekkers really do not like that one,
No.
but I do.
I'm excited.
And you
All
won't
right.
you won't have the
the baggage,
the
that
baggage
comes
that
with it.
they carry
Yeah.
with them. The reasons why they dislike that,
Mm-hmm.
or you won't have those. So
I'm assuming there's some classic characters in it and they tarnish them slightly.
We can explain.
we'll explain it
Yeah,
later
yeah.
after you watch it.
So
So I'm excited.
I'm pumped.
I'm always down to read a comic. You know that.
Yeah. I read it in like 2 days, 2 sittings.
I should probably. What?
never mind.
Oh, okay. I should probably. I don't know if I should read yours or just read the issues I got, but it's whatever.
You can keep mine until you decide.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
But you know
Are
what
we
time
still
it
gonna
is?
pull air horn?
That's what I was trying to be like, get it ready.
Hold on.
Behind the scenes, now you all know.
Now you know
this
what I
is
do every
literally what we
time.
do every time.
It's the best.
He doesn't even have it.
It's up. It's ready. Yeah.
What do we got, Tyler?
All right. So I have written down all of the Twitter questions so that I wouldn't be searching through my phone like I usually am.
I'm so impressed.
But before that, JT tweeted at us, was like, please get better internet. That is all.
Oh no.
So I'm guessing the stream is a little wonky, but Dana
Aw.
watched it and she didn't have any issues. So
What if it's his internet?
it could be your internet, JT. We still love you. And actually,
What do you guys got here?
We
Google
have,
Fiber.
Gigablast.
we have like the second lowest tier of Cox internet.
We have internet that's just good enough.
We're going to my place next time.
Okay. I also probably should have hardwired it. Oops.
Oh, I guess Dana's still watching because she texted me and said, do I have to watch those with you?
Dana,
Maybe.
you'll love them. Chris Pratt is attractive. Chris
Pine.
Pine is
I
attractive.
mean, both are true.
I was going to say,
Yeah.
yeah. I feel like you're not wrong either way.
Twitter question suggestion. Can somebody tweet in just sometime who's the best Chris?
Ooh, that's a
we
good
have
discussion.
4. Chris Pine, Chris Pratt, Chris Hemsworth, Chris Acker.
But no Chris Evans.
Yeah, Chris Evans.
Oh, I forgot about him.
I was like,
We have 5.
That's okay. You can forget about him after the next Avengers movie.
Oh.
All right.
I'll never.
So
Oh, no, I feel horrible, man.
Sad day.
He's only my favorite MCU character.
after starting Civil War, I don't know how I feel about Captain America. He's kind of a jerk.
Anyways.
Yeah.
What do we got?
So-
What do we got over there,
We
Tyler?
have some follow-up to last week's episode. The first coming from Josh Taylor at JTizal12. He said, after hearing this week's episode and the talk of favorite use of animals questions, I've come to the conclusion that none of you guys have seen Homeward Bound.
Oh yeah,
That is the best use of animals in a movie, period.
Oh, that's such a good movie.
it is a good movie.
And then Homeward Bound 2 when they get lost in the city. Oh,
I honestly forgot about Homeward Bound.
man.
I was so
I'll be
young.
honest, I didn't, and I just didn't choose it.
I'm ashamed. No, I still stand by. We Bought a Zoo has like personal connections to me, so
I would have said Air Bud.
I cried.
Loved
in that
Air
movie.
Bud.
Oh.
That movie ripped my heart out of my chest.
Because
too,
growing up, I loved dogs, and my parents never let me have one because they thought I didn't want one.
Hi,
And
Julie.
I
Julie.
loved basketball. Still do love basketball, but that was just an awesome movie. To see a dog playing basketball, so dope.
Guys, my mic
Did you
is
see the
definitely gonna
football
fall off the table soon.
We should wrap this up then.
Okay.
You're good. You're good.
And then at Incredible Deeds, which is Daniel Dick.
What a
My favorite Easter egg is one you guys didn't say. In the raptor scene with Chris Pratt on the island, there's a flipped over original Jurassic Park Explorer. I believe this is the one from the scene in the original movie where the Explorer falls off the cliff/wall and lands in the tree. One of the tires is missing, just like how the T-Rex chewed it off.
Oh.
Good eye.
Nice.
I'm going to bet you Googled that because if you caught all that in that scene, that's impressive.
Hey,
It's
yeah.
possible, though.
I don't know. We grabbed some pretty
That's true.
interesting things from like DC movies.
That's true.
Yeah.
So
No.
Good eye,
catch.
though.
That's awesome.
Great catch.
I did not. I did see that it was an original Jeep. I didn't put together
The
the tire and the T-Rex.
I don't even remember seeing it.
So
But
it's all good.
it happens, I guess, right?
Yep.
All right. Next one comes from at Shorts King Joel, which is Joel Allen. I actually really like this. Tonight I paid $3.99 to rent The Incredible Hulk. My wife had never seen it before and expressed interest. Which is your immediate reaction? A, what a waste of $4, or B, dang, your wife's hardcore.
I mean,
C, all of the above.
yeah. I think my immediate reaction was what you heard as my immediate reaction.
Whoa.
That movie's rough.
We're talking about. Is this the?
This is the Ed Norton one.
Oh, okay. Well then, no. Dang, your wife's hardcore. I actually don't know what that means. Wouldn't it be a hardcore if she like
Had already seen it?
had already seen it?
I don't know.
C, all of the above.
I guess she expressed interest. No, I'm down. Ed Norton does not get the credit he deserves for his acting in that role. The rest of the film is not good, but
And that is the
Ed Norton
one,
is-
right? Not
yeah, we're
the-
talking about Ed Norton, not
the previous.
Ang Lee.
That is
Ugh.
by far the most boring out of all of them. The movie's so boring.
They tried to do stuff to like make it look like a comic book with like multiple scenes happening at once, and it wasn't.
You're talking about the
good.
Ang Lee one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
just wasn't
Yeah.
good.
I would choose other MCU movies. Like, if Dana was like, I want to see The Incredible Hulk, be like, but let's watch this one instead. That would have been my thing. But I would say all of the above. I'm sorry you wasted $4. Unless you like that movie, in which case. All right, moving on.
I'm surprised. I guess maybe if you rented iTunes or something, it'd be $4. You went to your local.
Went to your local
Do you think
internet.
it's gonna
Redbox?
be in a red box?
No, but like Family Video has it. I know those things
Oh,
aren't
yeah.
all over the place, but I bet they have it there in the 2 for 99¢.
Yeah, but if you go to Family
Section.
Video, guarantee you that thing skips halfway through.
Oh, probably.
They also live in Hillsboro,
Okay.
where there's like
See, then they don't have that.
there's
option.
like
And their address
Instaboro, where there's only gonna have new stuff there. Yeah. So.
Yep. Good call. Good call.
All right, moving on. again, Josh Taylor is
GG.
here at JTizall12. Hashtag Twitter with Tyler. No question for me this time. Just congratulating you guys on 1K subs and throwing some love and support at you.
Aw, thanks.
Thank you.
Sorry we don't
Appreciate
have better
it.
internet for you.
We're trying to figure this thing out.
All right, I got an update on the dog. My mom texted me. She said,
Hi, Julie.
we knew you wanted a dog. We did not want a dog.
Ha!
That hurts.
I love
like
that
it
she
is.
texted you to tell you that, too.
I love you, mama. But that hurts.
You all right over there?
No.
You need a hug?
Yep.
I'll give you a hug after we're done.
Okay.
When does Logan move out?
When he gets married?
I don't know when that is.
I don't know.
You don't know. You don't know when it is either, do you?
It's
September 1st.
Labor
Okay.
Day weekend.
So that room will be available for a puppy.
No.
Oh, okay.
We'll talk
no.
about that later when we're off air.
All right. Next and final question
Maybe.
from maybe at Incredible Deeds. Hashtag Twitter with Tyler. I love that people start to use that now. Hopefully that catches on. What are your guys' opinions about No Man's Sky, and do you think it will get to the point of being a good, attractive game for a lot of gamers? In my opinion, $60 is way too much for a game that still doesn't look complete.
So I got on the No Man's Sky hype train hardcore, but luckily didn't buy it. And then heard all the negative, which is good because I was expecting it to be like the game that changed my perception of video games. So I'm really glad I didn't buy it.
I'm curious though, what made you not buy it?
Like I was just
were
busy
you-
at the time. Like I wasn't pre-ordering games, and so I was like, yeah, I'll pick it up. And it like within less than a week, everybody was like, no, this game's terrible. Like,
So-
oh, good, I didn't buy it.
I was very intrigued by No Man's Sky as it was moving towards release. And when it came out, I think it was like a month or two after, I was still kind of monitoring it like people are on the fence. Some like it, some don't. They got sued for like false marketing.
Yeah.
Their game, and I was like, I don't want this because I don't know what it is. And so I've stayed away from it since. However, I have heard that they've done some things to improve it.
They've done a lot to improve
They've
what was
added-
released. It is still not what was promised.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. And there's rumors that there's multiplayer.
There's
Yeah, it's coming.
There's
With the Xbox One release,
multiplayer-ish stuff where like you can be like a floating orb in someone else's world and talk to them.
What?
Now, currently, there is.
Oh. Hey, what's up, dude? I see you on this planet.
Yeah,
All right, see ya. I'm gonna go actually play now.
yeah. And so they're working to build that part out. But yeah, it's not a complete game.
Is there even combat in it?
I think you can like fight animals. I don't
July
know.
27th is
I've
when it
never
comes
played
out.
it.
I don't know. Deeds.
I
I don't know enough about the game.
I think this next major update is going to be a big one. I think it's going to be like more important to making a game a playable game than The Taken King was to Destiny.
So we've seen turnarounds
Yeah.
a lot lately, actually. The Division had one. Destiny 1's Taken King expansion. I wouldn't call it a turnaround, but it definitely made the game a lot more intriguing.
Chris told me about it way back when it was in development,
Yeah, I think we were living together at Tabor when it was
Yeah.
in development.
and I remember thinking,
We were roommates.
oh yeah. I remember thinking, oh, okay. And then it got closer to release, and I was like, oh, okay. And then it came out, and I was like, oh, okay. And then I heard it's terrible, and I was like, okay, oh, never gonna get it.
So you switched the O and OK
Yep.
the last time?
Yeah.
All right.
Just a little bit different. And honestly, I'll never care about that game, and I'll never get it.
So I'll give you my
Especially
opinion.
if it's still $60. Maybe if it's a game for gold, I'll pick it up.
My opinion is that this was a indie developer who had a really cool idea with some really cool tech,
And a really good marketing department.
and Sony came in and said, we can make this a $60 game, and we're going to do all your marketing. And Sony's marketing effed effed them up. And part of that's probably on them in that those devs needed to say,
This is our game. Let us.
they needed to either be more honest with the community or more honest with Sony and their marketing arm. But I think the game gets a lot of hate when, and I'm not saying it doesn't deserve criticism. What I'm saying is this was a team originally of like 12 people who built this, and the hype train got way out of the station way fast.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate because, I mean, not saying that developers don't be working on this game and get the best version that it can, but I'm sure they're so ready to move on to something else, and they just don't feel like they can for whatever reason, whether that's legal or, they feel like they need to
Make it up
relationships to the people who bought the game. Yeah,
put them in a good light before they move on to another project.
I definitely see what you're saying, but it doesn't matter if you have the best or the worst marketing department in the world. No marketing team is going to say that a game has multiplayer unless you tell them it has multiplayer.
No, yeah.
And when it shipped, they were still saying it had multiplayer. It took players like coordinating with each other to make sure they were in like the exact same spots to be like, oh yeah, no, you can't run into someone in this game.
Sure.
Because at first they were like, it's so big, it'll take you forever, like such a small chance to run into someone. And then it took players like coordinating their efforts to be like, okay, we're all going to be at this spot. And then they all got to that spot and they were like, okay, yeah, no, this is a single player game, even though at that time we're still being player.
Yeah. And
at that point, that was probably out of the hands of the original developers, and a lot of that was on Sony. But again, Sony is not going to sit there and say this is a multiplayer game unless they've been told it was a multiplayer game by the developers.
Yeah. Oh no, for sure. Like, I'm not going to. I'll put that one on Sean Murray, the game director, for coming out, the week of release, saying that, oh yeah, it's possible to run into people, and it just is so rare that it'll probably never happen.
Yeah.
Like, no, that's BS, and I definitely won't defend that. The multiplayer aspect of it, I think, was something that they had made a commitment to. They thought they had it, and then they didn't, so they had to cut it at the last minute. That's just my best guess based on other stories I've heard of game dev. But no, yeah, it'll be very interesting.
We'll see what this next update looks like.
Yeah, I think people will be very patient with reviews and wait to hear what it's like before buying it on Xbox.
Oh yeah.
I think this is probably the last. There's maybe in 6 months one more push for new content, and then they're moving on to something else, and I don't blame them.
All right, I got another update from my mom. She said, don't forget you did have a pretty awesome cat. She's right. We had a cat named Ashes. She was awesome. She died, but she was an awesome cat. Even though I was allergic to her, I still loved her.
Oh.
And I was kind of mean to her sometimes because I mess with her. But she was awesome.
All right.
Thanks, Mom.
So we got a question from the chat.
What?
And they also followed us on Twitter and asked the question.
Ooh.
So,
Awesome.
This one's coming from Reginald Kelly at Reginald Kelly 12.
What up?
Thanks for the question, first off. Second, his question was, where do y'all place Panther on your list? A lot of people are on it because of the push it's getting for awards. Luke, you can go ahead and answer.
Number 2. It's right behind Captain America and the Winter Soldier for me. And I remember saying this when we did our ranking episode.
Mm-hmm.
The reason Winter Soldier, I think, is first is because I saw it first.
Mm.
So it set the bar. But right behind it is Black Panther at number 2. I love that movie. I love Michael B. Jordan in that movie. One of the best villains. So
I also have it at 2. Michael B. Jordan is one of my favorite actors. So that helps. And I'm in the same boat as Luke. I saw Winter Soldier before I saw Black Panther, and again, that sets the bar. And I didn't think it did enough to jump over top of it, but I thought it was just as good, if not a little bit below it. for me.
It's at number 3 currently for me. Time will tell if that stands. I mean, I echo exactly what you guys said. The more and more I watch Doctor Strange, which is my number 4, the more and more I love it. So I could see in the end, eventually, that bumping into 3, Black Panther down. But a lot of it. That man is amazing.
He's awesome. I really like Scott Derrickson too.
I think it's either my number 2 or number 3, with Winter Soldier and Iron Man being up there with it. So I thought that, I mean, it had, in my opinion, the best villain of any Marvel movie. Jordan's, he made that movie.
It's
Vulture for
it's
me.
close with Vulture, but yeah.
And for me, he blew him out of the water. Just, I loved him as a villain. I mean, it did struggle from some
Origin movies.
Yeah, being a Marvel origin movie of the good guy fighting the bad version of himself.
Yeah.
But
the massive third act CGI battle.
Yeah, Luke always calls it a Phase 1 movie and Phase 3.
Yeah. But I really liked it. I thought it was a great movie. I'd say it's definitely in my top 3.
What was his name?
Reginald Kelly. His Twitter picture is actually Black Panther.
Oh,
so
nice.
we're guessing
Hello.
you really love Black Panther, which is great because he's an awesome
we're told.
character.
If you haven't listened to our older episodes, we actually all make personal rankings of all the Marvel movies. I recommend you go check it out.
Yeah.
I thought we did pretty
You know what-
good.
You know what episode that was?
Pull that up. He also said, "Thanks, love your guys' love y'all's podcast. By the way, y'all are really cool people.
Awesome.
Appreciate it.
Thanks,
Yeah,
Reginald.
Watching. We enjoy
appreciate
doing it.
love.
Maybe we need to do some more live stuff. Just
Maybe we
keep
do.
it going.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's a good time.
I don't think we're terrible either.
We got any more questions?
No, that is it for this.
I have a question,
Oh,
Oh.
okay.
Luke has a
and
question.
I won't.
Episode 44 is ranking the MCU movies.
Is that what I said?
I don't know if that's what you said.
Can somebody tweet at us if I was right about that? I think that's what I said. I don't remember, but nobody answered my wrestling question from last week.
Oh,
I
yeah.
haven't even thought about it. I'm
We-
so
So
sorry.
We all thought about it, and then we
So,
were like, we'll think about it more.
I
And then
could-
we didn't think about it.
I created mine at least,
Okay.
and
Hit me with it.
I would appreciate if you guys would answer the gosh dang question. No, I'm just kidding.
It's going down. It's going down. Okay. Oh, there we go. Oh, no. Oh,
Chris's mic is now broken.
oh,
Man down.
no. No.
Or should I save it until you guys can answer as well, and we can do it? Try new things.
Let's save
Sounds
it for
like
one
a
more
great
week.
idea.
So
Or I can
Chris
just-
doesn't have to keep holding his microphone for the rest of this episode.
I got it.
I think we should hold microphones next week.
Yo. Okay, I'll wait till next week.
Be
then.
like a Comic-Con panel.
Mine, I honestly thought of mine right away. It was too easy.
Yeah.
So-
Okay. Well.
Is Silky Zilky?
No, that's my YouTube handle.
Alright.
And also mine is a heel. So, straight up.
Oh. I think I'll be a heel, too.
Well,
Wait.
being a heel is
Oh,
more fun.
the wrestling
Yeah.
egos.
Yeah.
But
I don't think.
You guys can be the heroes. We'll be the heels.
I don't
I
think
may
he'd be
have
a
thought
heel.
of one for except for Brett, because Brett,
He's the new guy.
he was tougher to think of one. I don't know
What is-
as well.
Look,
Okay, how about you
do
tell
we go on a
us-
weekend camping trip and we
Yes.
can?
I think you should tell us what you have
Yeah.
for us.
Yeah. Do,
Oh,
do
just mine or
Yeah.
for yours?
For us.
For us.
I only have yours guys', and
That's
it's just a
fine.
name.
It's fine.
All
What
right.
would my name be? And I'll make a story for
The one
you.
I thought of you was Jockstrap.
Ah.
Am I a good guy?
I don't know.
That sounds like a heel's name.
I was
but-
gonna say that sounds like a heel, and my special move is like I throw him into the corner, or it's a turnbuckle. Is that what it's called? And then I
Yeah.
Post.
rip my jock strap out and I smother him with it,
Give him a
Gross.
wedgie.
or that.
So, yours was the chef.
The chef.
I
Go
really
with
thought that
Chris.
was something different, but the chef works.
And then mine was Luke the Duke.
Of course, it was.
Ooh.
That's why it was.
Why
mine was
wouldn't
so
it
easy.
be?
My special would be to sit on them like a throne.
All right. You can.
And Brett would be
Dexter.
Brett would be
Brett the Beautyites.
Mr. Dad.
I'm down for that.
Yes. That's all I got.
I would do something with lights or brightness, because Brighton is his name on everything.
Oh, yeah.
Something with bright or lights in it somewhere.
Light bright.
Yes. Perfect. And he wears like a rainbow suit when he wrestles. A rainbow singlet
Yes.
with
You
like a
can
really low cut.
follow us on Twitter, Instagram, at What the Fanboy.
Now we got
and,
that question out of the way. So.
on YouTube, What the Fanboy Podcast?
No, just
at What the
at What the
Fanboy.
Fanboy.
Yeah.
We got our YouTube name changed
All
to
right.
just What the Fanboy.
Woo.
And you can follow these guys. Where can they find you, Luke?
You can find me on Twitter at theboywunda, THE_BOI_WUNDA, and on Instagram at Luke.Zilke.
Dang.
I guess.
You can follow me on YouTube and Twitter and Instagram and all the other places.
Everywhere that matters.
Yeah, everywhere that matters. At Brightson, BREITZEN.
And you can follow me on Twitter at Tyler_19_Davis and Instagram at